Hey there guys, hope you all are doing well. So this will be part 2 of the prohibition road sign category. So question 21. Which of the following scenarios would be a direct violation of this sign? Now we can see that this is going to be a motorcycles prohibited sign, right? So is the correct answer option A delivery scooter bypassing traffic on the shoulder to make a drop-off? Is it option B, a cyclist using the same road as a pedestrian in a shared cycle lane? Is it option C, a motorcyclist pushing their motorcycle while the engine is off? Or is it option D, a motorcycle transported on a trailer being towed through the area? Now if we take a look at our options, option A is going to be the only option that's going to involve, a motorcycle that's going to be in use, right? And that is going to be a violation since this road sign is going to be prohibiting motorcycles in this area. Therefore, option A is going to be our correct answer. Right? Option B, option C, and option D do not involve, the active riding of a motorcycle on the road. Question 22. Which of the following drivers will be legally permitted to use a road marked with this sign? Now this sign is going to be a motor cars prohibited sign. So is your answer option A person driving a compact hatchback with a disabled parking permit? Is it going to be option B, a person towing a small car and a flatbed trailer using a goods vehicle? Is it going to be option C, a driver of an SUV who switches to electric mode to reduce noise and emissions? Or is it going to be option D, a driver of a light duty panel van used for private transport? Now since the sign is going to prohibit your motor cars from using this specific part of the road, automatically option A, option C, and option D are all going to involve your private motor cars, right? So that means that option A, C, and D cannot be your answer. The only correct answer here is going to be option B, because remember, a goods vehicle that's going to be towing a car is not going to fall under the category of a motor car. Therefore, it's not going to be violating any restriction. Question 23. A taxi's prohibited sign is placed at the entrance of a suburban road. In which of the following situations would a traffic officer be correct in issuing a fine? So is it option A private sedan carrying your kids from school? Is it going to be option B, a bakkie? Is it going to be option C, a marked meter taxi driving through the road to avoid traffic? Or is it going to be option D, a truck? Now remember, from these 4 options, only option C is going to mention a taxi, right? Option A, B, and D are all going to mention other types of vehicles. Therefore, option C is going to be our correct answer. Question 24. A minibus's prohibited sign is posted at the start of a narrow residential lane. Which of the following drivers would be in violation of the sign? Is it option A 12-seater minibus hired privately to transport guests to a wedding venue? Is it option B, a panel van converted into a private family vehicle? Is it option C, a delivery van with similar dimensions to a minibus? Or is it option D, a minibus carrying a school sports team? So now the sign is only going to prohibit minibuses, right? Now straight away from our 4 options, we can see that option A is going to mention a 12-seater minibus, right? So automatically option A is going to be a correct answer, right? Option B, C, and D are all going to be incorrect because obviously they do not meet the legal classification of a minibus. Question 25. A route to a mountainous heritage site displays a MIDI buses prohibited sign at its entrance. Which of the following vehicles is legally allowed to proceed? Is it option A 22-seater tourist bus classified as a MIDI bus? Is it option B, a 9-seater vehicle used by a private shuttle service? Is it option C, a 35-seater MIDI bus? Or is it option D, a 20-seater MIDI bus? So option A, C, and D are all going to be classified as a MIDI bus, right? Obviously you can see directly from the answer itself. So basically they want to know which vehicle is going to be allowed. And option B, a 9-seater vehicle, is going to be classified as a minibus. Therefore option B is going to be allowed. Because remember, the sign is only going to prohibit MIDI buses. Therefore option B will be our correct answer. Question 26. A school places a bus's prohibited sign at the entrance to its narrow service road. On a rainy day, which of the following vehicles would violate this restriction? Is it option A 7-seater family van dropping off learners? Is it option B, a 15-seater minibus transporting a school sports team? Is it option C, a 25-seater minibus used by a private shuttle company? Or is it option D, a 40-seater full-size bus chartered for a school field trip? Now from all four of these options, only option D is going to be a regular full-length bus. Remember, a regular full-length bus is generally going to have more than 35 seats, right? And since option D is only going to be the one with over 35 seats, it means that option D will be our correct answer. Question 27. You see a delivery vehicles prohibited sign at the entrance of a suburban complex. Which of the following vehicles would be breaking the law by entering? Is it option A, a driver transporting furniture in a private buggy for a friend who just moved in? Is it option B, a registered courier company van delivering online shopping packages? Is it option C, a pickup truck carrying tools for a plumber coming to fix a resident's bathroom? Or is it option D, a regular sedan delivering pizza from a local fast food outlet? Now if you look at our options, only option B is going to mention a commercial delivery vehicle, which the sign is then going to prohibit. So option A, C and D are going to be incorrect, whereas option B is going to be your only correct answer. Question 28. You're approaching a narrow mountain pass with a goods vehicles prohibited sign. Which vehicle is legally not allowed to proceed? Is it option A small panel van transporting plumbing equipment? Is it option B, a double cab buggy used privately for weekend trips? Is it option C, a 2-ton truck carrying garden soil for delivery to a nursery? Or is it option D, a station wagon loaded with household groceries? Now if we look at our options, right, option C is going to mention a 2-ton truck carrying garden soil for delivery to a nursery. Now this 2-ton truck that's going to be used for transporting goods is going to fall directly into our category. Therefore, option C will be our correct answer. Question 29. You are driving a 12-ton goods vehicle transporting construction supplies and approach a sign prohibiting goods vehicles over 10 tons GVM. Which of the following statements is most accurate? Is it option A, you may proceed if the road is quiet and no alternative route is available? Is it option B, you are allowed to pass the sign only if your vehicle is empty? Is it option C, you may continue only if your load weighs less than 10 tons? Or is your answer option D, you must not proceed regardless of whether your load is under or over 10 tons? Now remember, this sign is going to prohibit vehicles that are weighing over 10 tons, right? And our question specifically mentions that the truck that we're driving weighs 12 tons. So automatically option D will be our correct answer. Question 30. A contractor dispatches a front-end loader to a construction site via a public road and the driver encounters a construction vehicle's prohibited sign. What is the correct legal action? Is it option A, the driver may proceed if displaying a hazard triangle and flashing lights? Is it option B, the driver may use the road only during non-peak traffic hours? Is it option C, the driver must not proceed even if it's the shortest route to the site? Or is it option D, the driver can continue as long as an escort vehicle is present? Now remember, this sign is going to prohibit all construction vehicles, right? Remember, no matter what construction vehicle you are driving, it's going to be prohibited. Therefore, option C will be our correct answer. The driver must not proceed even if it's the shortest route to the site. Question 31. You are driving a truck carrying flammable liquids and approach a road displaying the vehicles conveying dangerous goods prohibited sign. Which of the following actions is correct? Is it option A, you may continue if the truck is empty and not carrying any hazardous materials? Is it option B, you can proceed if you have a permit from the local authority? Is it option C, you must not proceed under any circumstances even if the cargo is packaged according to regulations? Or is it option D, you may drive through if escorted by a police vehicle? Now remember, this sign is going to strictly prohibit any vehicle that's going to be transporting dangerous or hazardous goods. And since you are carrying flammable liquids, that means that your vehicle will be a hazardous vehicle. Therefore, option C will be your correct answer. You must not proceed under any circumstances even if the cargo is packaged according to regulations. Question 32. You are driving an oversized vehicle carrying a load that exceeds standard width and length regulations. Upon seeing the abnormal vehicles prohibited sign, which of the following is true? Now remember, if your vehicle is going to exceed your standard width and length regulations, it means that your vehicle is going to be an abnormal vehicle, right? So is your answer option A? You may proceed if you have special transport permits and travel during daylight hours. Is it option B? You must find an alternative route regardless of permits or time of day. Is it option C? You can proceed if accompanied by a pilot vehicle or escort. Or is it option D? You may continue if the load does not exceed the height limit posted on nearby signs. Now, since we already established that you are actually driving an abnormal vehicle, it means that you cannot enter this road. Therefore, option B will be your correct answer. You must find an alternative route regardless of permits or time of day. Question 33. You are driving a rickshaw and encounter a road displaying the rickshaw's prohibited sign. Which of the following is the correct course of action? Is it option A? You may only proceed if your rickshaw is electric and meets noise regulations. Is it option B? You must find an alternate route immediately and cannot continue on this road. Is it option C? You may continue if you are transporting passengers to the nearest drop-off point. Or is it option D? You can proceed if you travel during off-peak hours only. Now, if a road sign is going to be prohibiting rickshaws and you are driving a rickshaw, it means that you need to find an alternative route immediately and you cannot continue on that road. Therefore, option B will be our correct answer. Question 34. You are driving a tour bus and approach a section of road displaying the tour bus's prohibited sign. Under which circumstances, if any, are you allowed to proceed? So automatically, right, if you are approaching a tour bus's prohibited sign and you are driving a tour bus, automatically you should know that you cannot enter this road at all. So look for the answer that's going to be telling you that you are prohibited from entering that road, right? And from our 4 options, we can see that option B is going to be that answer. Therefore, option B, you must not proceed under any circumstances on this road, will be your correct answer. Question 35. While driving an agricultural tractor, you see the agricultural vehicle's prohibited sign ahead. Which of the following is correct regarding your options? Is it option A? You may proceed if transporting agricultural produce directly to a nearby market. Is it option B? You must stop and find an alternative route suitable for agricultural vehicles. Is it option C? You can't proceed only if your vehicle's width does not exceed the posted limits on other signs. Or is your correct answer option D? You may continue if you are driving during off-peak hours. Now again, it's the same as the previous question. Option B is going to be our correct answer. Question 36. You are driving a cart pulled by an animal and approach a road with the animal-drawn vehicle's prohibited sign displayed. What is your legal obligation? Obviously, your legal obligation is not going to be to enter that road. It's going to find another road where you are allowed to ride on, right? Therefore, option B will be your correct answer. You must immediately find an alternative route and not use the prohibited road. Question 37. While riding a horse, you approach a section of the road displaying the horses and riders prohibited sign. Which of the following actions is legally correct? Is it option A? You may dismount and lead your horse on foot along the road if there is no alternative route. Is it option B? You must find an alternative route for both yourself and your horse without using the prohibited road. Is it option C? You may continue riding if the road is not busy with motor vehicles. Or is the correct answer option D? You can proceed if you are riding at a walking pace only. Now with option A, it's a bit of a problem, right? Because they say you may dismount and lead your horse on foot along the road if there's no alternative route. A lot of the times people are going to make the mistake of selecting that option. Now that option is still very dangerous, right? You are prohibited from entering the road for a reason. Therefore, option B will be your correct answer. You must find an alternative route for both yourself and your horse without using the prohibited road. You are driving through a residential area where the excessive noise prohibited sign is displayed. Which of the following behaviors is most likely to result in a traffic violation? Option A. Using your vehicle's horn only in emergencies to alert pedestrians. Is it option B? Accelerating aggressively, causing your engine and exhaust noise to increase significantly. Is it option C? Driving with your radio playing music at a moderate volume inside your vehicle. Or is it option D? Driving with windows slightly open without any additional noise producing modifications. Now the correct answer here is going to be option B, accelerating aggressively, causing your engine and exhaust noise to increase significantly. Because option A, C and D are all allowed. Question 39. You are driving through a zone marked with a hawkers prohibited sign. Which of the following is true regarding a pedestrian hawkers in this area? So hawkers are basically going to be the aunties that are sitting on the side of the road selling things. So is your correct answer option A, pedestrians may sell goods but only on the sidewalks, not on the road? Is it option B, hawkers are not allowed to sell goods or solicit customers within the marked area at any time? Is it option C, hawkers can operate during daylight hours but must clear the area by sunset? Is it option D, hawkers can sell goods if they have a valid permit from the local municipality? Now the correct answer here is going to be option B, hawkers are not allowed to sell goods or solicit customers within the marked area at any time. And question 40. You approach a road displaying the towed vehicles prohibited sign. Which of the following statements is correct regarding a vehicle if it is being towed? Is it option A, you may proceed only if the towing vehicle is a licensed commercial tow truck? Is it option B, you are allowed to continue on the road if the towed vehicle does not exceed 3 meters? Is it option C, you must find an alternative route as towing any vehicle on this road is strictly prohibited? Or is it option D, you may proceed if the towed vehicle's brakes are fully functional? Now again, this is going to be a prohibition sign, therefore option C is going to be a correct answer. You must find an alternative route as towing any vehicle on this road is strictly forbidden. And that's it for today guys. This is going to wrap up part 2 of the Prohibition road sign series. Now part 1 and part 2 combined will feature every single Prohibition road sign that you will need to know for your learner's license test. I want to thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far to the end of the video. If you found that this video was helpful, please give the video a like, and if you want more videos of this, then please subscribe. I want to wish you all the best for your learner's license test. Stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.